Hello, wonderful people. This is Tom Check with Choice Coaching, where we help you unlock your inner awesomeness. And today we are talking about how to create effective change in your life. Most of us, you included most likely, when you decide you want to make a change in your life, you do it by changing all the things at once. What does this look like? Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. What do? Well, you have to eat better, so you come up with a diet plan. You're going to eat more vegetables, you're going to eat less calories, you're going to eat 6 times a day or once a day, or you're going to do intermittent fasting, or you're going to do paleo or keto or Atkins, whatever your thing is. You're going to totally change your diet. And you know that in order to lose weight, you also have to work out, right? You have to exercise. And so you're going to work out. You're going to go from working out maybe 0 times a week to probably more like 4 or 5 times a week, at least 3 times a week for sure, for an hour apiece, right? And then you're going to, you know that you need to probably stay flexible because all that working out is going to mess with your joints. So you should probably do yoga a couple times a week, right? And here all of a sudden we've got like these handfuls of things, these all big things that are changing the way that we go through a huge chunk of your normal day. You're eating a totally different thing. You're moving in a totally different way. You're doing movements you've never even pondered doing until a yogi showed you that they were possible. And what happens? Maybe you lose the weight. Maybe. You would be in the vast minority if you do. But maybe you do. Even if you do, you probably don't keep it off. And why not? Because keeping all of those big changes going even after you've gotten the goal, is just incredibly taxing. It's energy inefficient to change everything at once. And so what do? We fall back into old behaviors. We fall back into the monkey mind, into the survival mechanisms that have gotten us this far in life. What do I mean there? I mean, that subconscious is what I call it, but a lot of people refer to it as the monkey mind, the lizard brain. That pattern-making machine that's running in the background when we're not paying attention, that has come up with some ideas about how the world works and what's safe and what keeps you alive. It says, and this doesn't include your logical brain at all, it says that laying on the couch, eating bonbons, and drinking beer will keep you alive. Because up to this point in your life, it has. And so when you try and tell it, well, we're going to change everything, what does it do? It freaks out. And it says, I don't know if we're going to make it. And it sabotages you every chance it gets. And you go to a party and you walk past the dessert tray and all of a sudden you go, oh man. And you go to the gym and you go, oh, I just can't work out so hard today. I'm so sore. And you try and do yoga and you get frustrated because you can't do the move and you give up, right? And this is your survival mechanism putting you back into the patterns that it knows will keep you alive. This is the tension. This is the challenge of creating change, is that when we're not paying attention, this monkey mind, this subconscious, is pulling us back into the old habits. And we have to exert a ton of energy in order to pull it forward into new habits. And we're stuck in this tug of war. So how do we do it differently? The answer is that we have to sneak our behavioral changes past the subconscious mind. We have to sneak it past, and the way that we do that is by making the changes small. So small that it doesn't set off the alarm bells in our subconscious, in your monkey mind. It doesn't raise the alarm to say, oh my gosh, they're trying to change and our survival's at risk. Instead of trying to change our entire diet, maybe we add 1 apple a day. We eat all the same stuff. We can eat as much of the dessert as we ever did, and we add an apple a day. We do that for a couple weeks. And then maybe we take 1 soda out of the diet. And maybe we go to the gym, but we only commit to being on the treadmill for 5 minutes, and then we're allowed to go home. We call that a win, right? And our subconscious goes, oh, 5 minutes, there's no way we're going to actually change with that. Thank goodness. Go ahead, go right ahead, eat the apple, take the 5 minutes on the treadmill, go for it. I know we're going to be okay. We're still going to survive. That's not too different from what we've done. And that's the trick. We want to make it bite-sized enough that we can slip it past the gatekeeper of our behavior, so that when we're not paying attention, we're not automatically steering towards the dessert tray. We're not in a sense of scarcity that we're not going to have enough time, enough calories, enough love, whatever you attach to all of these things, right? And we're not just talking about losing weight here, of course. You know that already. So the invitation for you today is to identify a change that you want to make in your life. And go ahead and write down the big changes that you would normally try to institute. So if you're going to lose 20 pounds, you would work out 5 days a week, you would eat nothing but organic vegetables for 1 meal a day, and you would blah, 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 blah. Whatever your things are, right? For that one big change that you want to make. And then pick one of those. And on that one, scale it back until it's so small it actually feels silly to make it a goal. We are looking to create goals that we would not brag about to friends. Yeah, I've got this great new program. I'm doing 1 minute of yoga 3 times a week. I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. We would never tell somebody that. They would laugh at us, unless they're a good friend and they also struggle. And then they say, ooh, tell me more. So we're looking for small, bite-sized goals, bite-sized, and we're going to do them for a week to 2 weeks, maybe up to 4 weeks, depending on how hard they are for you to stick with. Adding an apple. Go buy 7 apples. Throw it in your bag every day. All you have to do is eat it. Easy. The next week, buy 7 less soda. Easy. So small that your subconscious will let you do it. And you build week by week, month by month, until suddenly it's easy to have these new habits. There wasn't a tug of war. You went right around and you brought your subconscious forward with you without it even realizing. That's how meaningful, long-lasting change works. So identify in your life what your bite-sized chunks are today. Build a plan and do some reflection. Do it for a week. Check in. Are you actually doing it? If the answer is no, it's probably because it's still too big. Make it even smaller. It doesn't feel like you're going to be changing a lot. And what generally happens is 6 to 8 weeks, you feel like a whole new person. So that's the invitation. I wish you the absolute best of luck. And until next time, stay awesome.